Hey vlog. She's sitting in the car right now. So we vlogging at her phone.
I'm smoking hard. I hold that one.
Why you did this to me? Why you took my baby from me?
A smile that would light up any room.
And she just always been a positive, bubbly person. Always happy, always outgoing.
Andrea Brown is recalling how special her daughter was. Anaya Womack was 19 and had dreams of purchasing her first apartment before she was shot and killed.
Once again, L1 to Woodstock Ambulance Duty Crew, respond for an adult female fallen, unable to ambulate. The Robbins Road, 11 Children's Place. Repeating to Woodstock Ambulance Duty Crew, respond for...
Today, we will be in Jacksonville, a city located on the Atlantic coast of northeastern Florida. The Jacksonville metropolitan area ranks as Florida's fourth largest metropolitan region. Jacksonville straddles the St. Johns River in the First Coast region of northeastern Florida and is about 12 miles south of the Georgia state line, 25 miles to the urban core and downtown area. 350 miles north is Miami. Jacksonville, a major military and civilian deepwater port, Florida's third largest seaport. Jackson's military base and the nearby naval submarine base, Kings Bay, forms the third largest military presence in the United States. Significant factors is that the local economy includes services such as banking, insurance, healthcare, and logistics. As with much of Florida, tourism is an important part of the Jacksonville area, particularly tourism related to golf. Jacksonville has a big city life with a small town feel. It was on May 24, 2023, when Anaya Womack, 19, would be hanging out with friends and would speak with her family earlier in that day and let them know that she would be home later. However, later did not happen because the next call her family got, she was in the ER fighting for her life in emergency surgery after being shot. Anaya was recently saved and accepted Christ in her life. She had started a new job and obtained her first apartment. Her family said that she was a social butterfly with a big heart. She would light up any room that she entered, and she was the life of the party. Just such an awesome spirit. She graduated high school in 2021 and was in the prime of her life. She was looking forward to her future. After finding out the news that Anaya was shot, her family would later find out that she was brought to the hospital by two anonymous people, and they did not even give her name, so she was labeled as a Jane Doe upon arrival. It was around 12:30 a.m. when she was dropped off, and investigators would say that she was found on the sidewalk on Monument Road and Tresnick Parkway. Whoever shot her just left her there. After hours of surgery, sadly, Anaya would pass away around 4 a.m. that same day. Her family said that her so-called friends are shady and not talking and nowhere to be found.
Womack was dropped off at Memorial Hospital around 12 a.m. Wednesday by two people who police have not named. Womack went into emergency surgery for a single gunshot and never made it out. Her cousin remembers the moments doctors told them she died.
The shouts, the screams, the hollering, the questions, it was rough.
The family says Anaya was with people at the Regency area of Jacksonville at the time she was shot. They say they have so many questions about what happened and who is responsible.
Just pick up for my baby. Please. Turn yourself in. I know somebody knows something.
Right now, the homicide unit with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is investigating the case. For now, there have been no arrests.
We need the person watching this to know, turn yourself in. Call the anonymous tip line. We need your help.
Destiny McKeever, First Coast News, on your side.
So as right now, Anaya's family does not even know what happened to her. And there are still so many unknown factors. And so an ongoing investigation is still open. While there is very little to go on surrounding the details of her death, the family does know that she was with her friends and that she said she would be home later that day on the same day. This unexpected tragedy has the family not only wondering why she was taken so soon, but also how can she be remembered for who she was and not for what happened to her.
Remembering 19-year-old Ania Womack, her family sharing these photos with us, saying that she was shot and dropped off at a hospital overnight. She died early this morning.
She's a bright spirit, loves to dance, beautiful. She touched everybody. I think the phones haven't stopped ringing for everybody she's touched. In schools, friends, work, she was an amazing person, and her family is big and everybody's hurting.
Ania Womack's cousin, Autumn Redding, says that the family's in a lot of pain today.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says right now they don't know where the shooting happened. News for Jax reporter Marilyn Parker joining us live from JSO. Marilyn, police are questioning the two people who dropped Womack off at the hospital.
Yes, when we spoke with them earlier today, the police said that they don't know if those two people were Good Samaritans or suspects in this case. Ania Womack's family says they are feeling incredibly uneasy today, and they just don't know if this was an accident.
At the hospital, she was Jane Doe.
That's not who she is.
Ania Womack's family says
She was like butterfly of love, just always floating around and giving love.
She was the life of the party.
they are hurt and confused.
We love Ania very much, so much.
They feel the circumstances leading to Womack's death just don't make sense. 6 hours before police were called to the hospital, Womack called her grandmother.
She said that she was going to be home today. So that's what we were waiting on, for her to come home.
They say Womack was with a group of people, some who they believe aren't speaking up.
2 individuals dropped the...
Preliminary information at JSO brought officers roughly 30 minutes away from the family home.
Police were canvassing the area of Trednick Parkway and Monument Road. There was no scene here, but somewhere in this area, they say Womack was picked up. They say it was by a man and a woman. They drove for about 15 minutes, then dropped her off right here at Memorial Hospital. Police say the 2 people that were in the car with her are being questioned.
Everything is not adding up, and we just want to find out all the pieces to the puzzle.
Whoever dropped her off didn't give the hospital Womack's name. The family got there between 1 and 2 a.m. They say she died around 4 a.m.
Under the circumstances, it's no reason we're providing a name for her after she passes away. Any accident, you stay by the side, you follow through. This wasn't that. We definitely want to make sure that her life is represented, to know that they took somebody special from us, and we're going to do what we can do to make sure we get justice for her.
They love her very much, and they just want answers.
Womack was supposed to be starting a brand new job today. She had a future ahead of her, and her family says they're encouraging families everywhere to hold on to your loved ones very close. And if you have any information, they're asking you to come forward and contact JSO. Reporting live, Marilyn Parker, Channel 4, the local station.
As unexpectedly as this tragic incident occurred, the family would like to fulfill her wishes, and they are asking for help from the community. There's a GoFundMe if you would like to support, and I will link that video and put it below in the description. The family is begging and pleading, if you know something, please say something. No young child should be unalived, just found wherever, whatever the case may be, and dropped off like she didn't matter. She did matter. She wasn't just a Jane Doe. She was Ania, and she has family who loves her dearly. It seems like the kids are just becoming more and more ruthless, and I'm confused to where the parents are and how all these kids can continue to commit so many crimes, and it's like they have to be going home somewhere to some adult. It's very heartbreaking. My deepest thoughts and prayers are with this family in this difficult time. So I pray that justice is served soon, and that the person or people involved in this situation will be found. So please comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in their very difficult time, and hit that like button to share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.